want to talk about, how the generation gap, has how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
Uh, I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In
Not now.
comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays. The younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense.
They can't accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young. Well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, I'd say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter. Yeah.
He'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it," and that was it. So I'd dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. For me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
Welcome back to the show. It's a girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio. Tune into the sunrise, and I'm super excited to be here to keep you company and make sure that you're always updated about the very latest that happens, not just here in the United Kingdom, but in fact all over the entire world as well. All right. So don't forget to stay tuned. Don't forget to get in touch with me and share your thoughts and opinions with me, because I would love to hear whatever it is that you are saying. All right. So don't forget to do that. However, before we head back into our conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can in fact be a part of this show. All right, all you need to do is just text me on 078 share your thoughts, your opinions, your experiences with me. If you've been pinged by the app, how that whole experience was for you, share with me. Let me know what your thoughts and let me know what you're thinking, because I want to know what you have to say. All right, and that's just the ways you can contact me. Now, if you really love Relax Radio, if you really like the content that we talk about, well, there is a way for you to always stay updated and stay tuned to the latest content that we talk about. And that's very simple. All right, because all you need to do is actually to go follow us on our socials. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That way you can always go watch our videos, you can go watch our lives and go check it out as well. So don't forget to do that, and don't forget to download our app, which is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. You can listen in from either your iOS device or even your Android device. So no matter what device you have, you can listen in from anywhere in the world at any time of the day. And I honestly don't think it gets any better than that. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you are always tuned to Relax Radio, to all of our shows, because you can get the very latest on absolutely everything. All right, now let's actually head into our conversation, which is basically about how does or rather the role of the pin. Okay, so what exactly does the pin do? How exactly does it work? Now, if you want to know all of that, well, the way for you to actually do that is to make sure that you follow us, right? Make sure that you are tuned into the show and you're letting me know your thoughts and opinions, because I can share with everyone else who's listening in as well, and share your thoughts and opinions with me. All right. Now let's actually talk about the role of the ping and how exactly it works, right? Now, the NHS COVID app is in fact available for download in England and Wales, right? Northern Ireland and Scotland have their own apps, but right now the NHS app is used in both England and Wales, all right? So if you have the app and you spend enough time close to another person using it, you will actually receive a ping alert if they later test positive for COVID, all right? So if this person tests positive for COVID, what happens is you will basically get a notification, but this notification sounds more like a ping rather than actually, a basic normal notification, the kind of notifications you are excited for when you go on social media and say you win a giveaway or something. It's not that kind of ping. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not that kind of ping. It's another kind of ping. Basically, they're there to warn you and tell you, look, you have been pinged and you probably need to self isolate. All right. So you actually need to be within 2 meters and 6 feet of them for 15 minutes to actually trigger the alert. All right. You have to be there for a specific time period of 15 minutes and within about 2 meters in that vicinity for you all to sort of link, and not necessarily link, but for the phones to link, and then send you a notification if that person tests positive for COVID-19. All right. Now, Northern Ireland, like I said, Northern Ireland and Scotland actually have separate apps. They have their own thing, but this is what we currently use in England and in Wales. So then you also have this question of, do you need to self isolate if you get pinged, right? Again, this isn't a legal requirement. No one is forcing you to self isolate if you get pinged. However, it's very, very much recommended. If you do get pinged, the best thing for you to do is probably to self isolate, all right? And that's what you have been said as well. But ultimately it's up to you. But if you're someone who actually cares about everyone else, if you're someone who actually wants to make sure that everyone else is safe, the best way for you to actually go about that and make sure that you're safe, make sure that your family is safe and your friends are safe as well, is by self-isolating, right? So if you're pinged, you're actually advised but not legally obligated to self-isolate for at least 10 days, all right? And government ministers have actually said that it's critical that people self-isolate when they are sent an alert, right? Because if not, if you go out and you meet your friends and whatnot, you're actually putting a lot of people at risk, all right? And however, it's also feared that a large number of people being alerted has led to many users deleting this app. All right, now make sure you stay tuned, because right now we're going to head into a small break, and after that we'll be back to keep talking more about this. But until then, obviously, you've got to stay tuned, because we're going to head into a small break now. Welcome back to the show. It's your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and we're having a very interesting and important conversation with regard to the pandemic and how exactly the ping works, right? Now, if you don't know what the ping is, now obviously I'm referring to the COVID-19 NHS, the NHS COVID-19 app rather, where you're basically pinged if someone you were in close contact with test positive for COVID-19. All right, and that's just the wonder of technology, I guess. Like you can see how much we've evolved because now we've actually come to the stage where technology itself, we use technology itself to alert each other if we've come into close contact with someone who has had COVID. All right, and that's just, I mean, that's just how society is, right? That's just how it works. All right. Now you're tuned into the sunrise, and I'm here to keep you company all the way until 9 a.m. So make sure you stay tuned because in the next hour, Hiba will be here and we will have a very important and interesting conversation with you as well. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure you are updated and aware about everything that we talk about because we have a lot to be talking about with you. All right, now if you want to get in touch with me, well, you can do that because the number for you to do that is just 078-52473473. You can text me, you can call me, you can use those exact same numbers and be a part of my show. Let me know what you're thinking, let me know what your thoughts are, and share it with me as well. All right, now don't forget to do that. And also I want to very quickly remind you that you can go like us on Facebook, go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and subscribe to us on YouTube, while also not forgetting to download our app, which is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. All right, that way you can actually make sure that you're always informed and updated, and that you always have the very latest of everything that happens all over the world, and you are listening into the conversation from anywhere in the world. Okay, now let's actually very quickly talk about how exactly this app is changing. Right now, currently, when someone tests positive but didn't have any symptoms, the NHS COVID app actually went back 5 days before the test and alerted any close contacts during that time. All right. However, what is happening right now is they've actually changed this, right? They have made a lot of changes. They've made a lot of modifications because of how much of criticism or how much people are deleting the app. So they wanted to make sure that everyone was safe and everyone used this app. So basically what they did was they essentially modified the app. All right, now what the app will do right now is or rather in a few more days, is that it will soon only alert close contacts from the previous 2 days before the positive test. All right, not 5 days, and here again only close contacts. Right now, the sensitivity of the app itself has not really changed, and anyone testing positive will actually still have to self isolate because that is the given for any instance, right? If you test positive, if someone test positive, then the given for you to do during that time is actually to self isolate, right? And I know it's not like the most fun thing to do, and really nobody likes to self isolate and do that, but if we want to protect our friends, our family, and our co-workers, and at this point of time we really have to stop being so selfish and think about everyone else, we really have to self isolate and make sure that we don't put everyone else at risk as well. All right, so it's very important to keep that in mind. Now, in the week to 28 July, right, there were nearly 396,000 people in England and Wales who actually received alerts from the app, which is basically a sharp drop from the 690,000 the week before. All right, so you can see how much that has changed, and you can see how much of change that has been brought about, because with this 43% drop and people deleting their app and people not necessarily self-isolating and all these changes that they have said they're going to make, you can see how the situation has changed, right? And the truth of the thing is, even though the app is annoying and even though it's annoying to work with, what you need to keep in mind and what you need to understand is that whatever instance it is, whatever situation it is, you have to really make sure that the people around you, that people who are around you are much safer, and that you're being very selfish, or rather selfless rather, because we need to keep in mind that the pandemic isn't over, so we still need to make sure that we protect the people that we care about. All right, now make sure you stay tuned, because right now we're going to head into a small break, and after that we will be back to keep talking more about this. But until then, obviously, make sure you stay tuned.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah.